What are your thoughts for the team, for the atmosphere, for the excitement?
No, definitely exciting. You know, the city's excited, the organization's excited, we're excited, and we're looking forward to the matchup tomorrow.
Are you tired of talking about it? You just want to play?
I know it's part of it, but yeah, I'd rather just play. But I enjoy talking to you guys.
For a guy who loves practice as much as you do, you wish you had a second week to prepare of extra practice before this game?
I love practice. Is fun to me. Training camp's fun to me, but it's not about me.
Your players wouldn't agree?
No, none of them would.
Mike, rotationally, what are you looking at? Are you looking at an 8-man rotation, 10-man rotation, or how do you approach that for a series like this?
Definitely not an 8-man rotation. We're not built that way. We'll go 9 to possibly 10 guys.
And how do you balance that? I know there's been different rotations coming down the stretch of the season. Is it based off of feel, or how do you kind of approach that?
Yeah, you know, I have a little minute sheet that helps me prepare the different rotations and how they're going to go, you know, by the second throughout the game, and so I'll mess around with the minute sheet and figure out who goes in where and the different combinations that are going to be together on the floor.
Mike, I know it's not idle time in this moment, but do you learn anything about your guys as they prepare for their first playoff matchup? Is there anything that kind of sticks out to you in this week of preparation?
You know, you try to get a feel if they genuinely believe and are confident and locked in and all that other stuff. And we've had a good week of practice, or a good 3-4 days of practice, and the guys feel good about where they are and the direction that we're heading. And you know, it's different once the lights come on, but I like where we are as a group.
On the question of the rotation and what you do with the bigs, how much of what you do with the backup spots at the 4 or the 5 will be determined or dictated by how big or small the Warriors are playing?
Most times I don't chase lineups. I don't like to chase lineups, and so we'll always give different combinations a chance if we feel that it's right, especially if we have players that are playing well, and if not, we'll definitely make a change. I wouldn't hesitate to make a change, whether it's in the first 3 minutes or the last 3 minutes.
You were part of that staff when you guys were playing some other big guys off the floor at times. Is that a concern of yours that they might be able to do that to you?
I mean, they're a championship team. I mean, they've won it. They beat different types of teams along their way, not just last year, but in previous years. And so they're capable of definitely not just playing certain bigs off the floor, but playing your whole team off the floor if you're not into it. So I don't look at it as just because that guy's a big, he's the only one that has a disadvantage. We all got to lock in and play the right way, or else being a championship level team like they are, they could take it to you.
Mike, Coach, have you taken a walk around Doco at all and seen all the excitement that's going on, and the signs and the pictures and everything going on out there?
I haven't seen the stuff. I went out a couple of days ago. Estelle's Bakery.
Yep.
Man, they got some good food over there. They got this little vanilla like cake thing, with a little cream on it. Ooh, it's really good. So I've gone over there to get that and the sandwich once this week.
What's the messaging from your family to you? I know you're big on messaging, but what is like your partner or your kids? What are they telling you this week?
Well, they're excited. They keep congratulating me for winning Coach of the Year, and they can't believe it. And at first, when they congratulate you, you're like, oh, cool. But after like the 8th time, you're like, dang, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's like, because they're like, we just can't believe it. Okay, I respect that. So I'm not sure if I'm loved or if it's what's going on, but that's all they're talking about right now.
Are you going to get a bike ride in before the game?
No, not yet. It's the weather's getting close. I thought about riding it down to practice, but close.
What is your game day routine, Coach?
Tomorrow?
Your game what is tomorrow? Is there going to be extra butterflies at all?
Okay, so my man Castra owns a mobile car wash. So he's coming to my house to wash my car. So at 8 o'clock, I got to make sure I give him the keys to one of my cars, and then I got my son bringing his car up to my house, and so his car goes second, and then my partner's car goes third, and then I have a buddy flying into town that we got to get from the airport, and we'll grab lunch, and then I'll come down. So I got a normal day.
You'll be riding in style, though.
I will. My car will, because right now my windshield is really, really bad.
Speaking of love, just you getting it from your kids, but also from your former team in the Warriors. Just what does that mean to you? Just coach saying he voted for you for Coach of the Year, and just the guys just loving on you 100% of the time.
It's a setup. They want to kick my ass. Trust me. I've been around them enough. It's a setup. Don't fall for it, and I'm not falling for it either. Screw you guys until this is over.
Mike, Deli obviously is out, but how valuable just overall for the season has his presence been, particularly given that you tapped him to talk to the team in that dinner earlier this week?
Yeah, his presence has been remarkable for us because we're extremely young and inexperienced when it comes to the playoffs and beyond. And so to have him around with all the experiences that he's gone through, I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, he's played and won at a high level on the international scene too. So he's not only helped our players, but he's come to us and helped us. He even came to myself and Jordy and gave us some ideas that they did in 2015 against the Warriors and help with their preparation. And so he plays so hard. He's always prepared. Guys respect him because of that, but his mind is off the charts.
The guys were talking about how your messaging has stayed the same from training camp to the regular season now in the postseason. How important is that to you to not change things up just because it is the playoffs?
No, it's extremely important because you want to have a foundation that you can build on, not just for 2 weeks or the first 2 months and then change it up to try to start anew again. You want to be able to build on something long-term to sustain that culture that you hope is at a winning high level.
How do you think the guys are responding? Sorry.
What's that?
How do you think the guys are responding to what you're implementing in this series?
I feel like everybody's locked in, and it's been a good week, like I said. So I'm looking forward to seeing us go out there and try to execute against the former champions or the current champions because nobody has dethroned them yet.
Mike,